Hi, my name's Megan. I am from South Carolina. When I was little, my parents got divorced, so I feel like this program could help people because kids get traumatized, when their parents get divorced. So I just feel it could be really beneficial to their lives.
What's up, guys? My name is Luke Feckety, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story and background, kind of how it relates to the topic that we're talking about. I was born in Wisconsin, and I had a mom and a dad and a sister who was 14 years older than me, and a brother who was 4 years older than me. And growing up, my parents argued quite a bit, and it was kind of rough. And then around freshman year, my parents ended up getting divorced. And this was a real hard time in my life. But as I look back on it today, I'm a better man for it, and I really used that opportunity to change it into a positive experience. But during that time, now I'm fine, but during that time it was quite a bit of a struggle. There's still a lot of things that I struggle with, a lot of issues. One of those would be anger. A lot of times, I get angry at the littlest things, and it kind of stems back from my home life and that whole situation. A second thing would be I have trouble maintaining long-term relationships with people, and that's just because kind of have a fear of commitment. I don't want to hurt that person. I don't want to hurt myself by getting into a long-term relationship, whether it be with a friend or of the opposite sex, I guess. So those are just a couple things, a couple issues that I struggle with from living in a household where my parents got divorced. So I think this organization that we're creating, Breaking the Cycle, I think if that was something that was in the hometown where I lived, I think it could have benefited me a lot. Just sitting down with counselors, talking through those things, and I think if I had that opportunity, maybe I won't be dealing with these same issues to this day.
I'm Shelby Robertson, and I grew up in a family with a divorced parents. A single mom raised me, and my grandmother was me and her and my brother. And growing up, I also went through a program like this, so I know the effects of it. My dad caused a lot of trauma in my mom and my life, and they kind of helped me find closure and had positive reinforcement around me. So I know the effects of the program, and I know that I want kids to be able to go through a program like this to help find closure and have the same effects. So that's our drive and passion behind.
Hi, my name is Vandal Norwood. I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and when I was about 10 years old, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and he was given 6 months to live. And so my family environment at that time kind of went a little crazy, since my parents spent a lot of time out of town with treatments and stuff like that. So my brother and I, we really struggled kind of without parents for about a year. He ended up living for 14 months, and he died a couple of weeks before my 12th birthday. There were a lot of times there where the communication in my family wasn't very good, because we were all just in our own state of shock and loss. My mom was really emotional, and she was trying to move back with her parents, and my brother was going to high school, and it was just a really, really rough time for us. And for me, I kind of just didn't talk about it and did the best I could to move on with life, and didn't really relate to anybody else who'd been through something like that because I didn't know anybody else. So I think personally, Breaking the Cycle, if I had that growing up, it would have been absolutely fantastic. Because secretly all along I wanted to go to counseling. I wanted to be able to talk to someone about the issues that I was having, and about what it was like to be lonely, and to have a group that was feeling similar things as me. And so I think Breaking the Cycle would have been a great aspect to my life growing up.
My name is Laura McCallie. My parents divorced when I was 16 years old. It was really a shock because they had been married 20 years. My childhood was really great, and for them to split up was unexpected, I guess. It sent me into like a whirlwind of emotions. I was really angry. I had a very angry father and a very emotional mother, and I was constantly caught in the middle and switching back and forth. It caused me a lot of stress in my life that wouldn't have happened if my parents hadn't split up. And there are a lot of times I just needed someone to talk to. And I feel like if I had a program like Breaking the Cycle, first of all, I could have related with other kids that were going through the same thing, because my friends whose parents and their families were still together just didn't understand. I couldn't talk to them about it because they couldn't relate at all. I also could have used an adult figure to talk to. I kept everything inside, and eventually it caused me, to go through some depression, and I had to see a therapist. And I think from the beginning, if I'd had someone to talk to, I could have prevented that. So something like breaking the cycle would have been, I think, would have helped me a lot when I was young.